Hey guys, so I'm out in the garage and today's project, so I bought this this 2012 Skidoo MXZ TNT last year at the end of the season. It's basically going to be a backup sled for me or for Parker or for Mrs. Shag, not really sure yet, but the one thing that was wrong with it is that the electric start, when you hit the button, it didn't work. So every time we had to start it last year, we basically crossed the starter. So trying to diagnose what happened, but before I do, let me just show you my garage. As you can see, it's like Power Sports Central here. So there's the 12 Skidoo MXZ. There's my 98 Kawasaki SXI Pro. There's my original jet ski. I haven't had any video of this one yet. This is a 1990 Kawasaki 650SX. This is my original jet ski. I've had this for 25 years. Still runs great, looks great. Don't ride it too often. Parker took it out. This is Parker's new jet ski. I'll do a video on that later. And that's an 08 Skidoo that I bought. I originally bought that as my backup sled, but then I found this 12. So anyways, it's starting to look like Power Sports Central here. So let me show you what I got going on. So here's the 2012 Skidoo. So basically, I'm kind of thinking could be a couple things here. So I took apart, this is the, I'll show you over on this sled. So you can see, that's what the hand warmers, the headlight, and then the starter button. So, but this is what it looks like when you take it apart. So basically it's just a two-piece design right here. There's just a bunch of bolts. It comes apart. Here's the board assembly that goes in there. So one thing that I wanted to show you is that it had some very small screws. I didn't even know I had one, but it was a T8 screw. These buttons just pull right off. This clips in here. But so here is the starter switch, and I still can't seem to get it to start with that. So doing a little research, now I'm thinking it could be the starter relay, unless this switch is bad, but I'm gonna have to chase that out. But so here's what I wanted to show you. I'm gonna take apart the front end of this sled, and let's see if I can get a good video of it here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever taken apart one of these, but basically what you do is you just pull this right here, pull it right here, and then this front piece just pulls right off. That is it. So I'll take the sides off. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have taken those off. Pick up on it. And that just, you pick up, and tricky sometimes, pick up and then you push down on it just like that, and that'll come out. So let me set those aside. But what I'm trying to do is trying to chase this wire right here. Alright, so I think the starter relay is up underneath here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this headlight assembly off, so I want to take a video of that. Okay, next we're going to take the windshield off. So basically it's there's 4 screws right here. I've already taken them out. It's a T20 Torx screw, and then basically there's like a grommet here that like plugs in. So let me set the camera down for a second, and then I'll take that off. You gotta be real careful, you don't want to break anything. It just kind of plugs in. So you can see here, so here's a plug right here, here's there. Just plug it in and then the screws go into here. So set this aside. Okay, so I got the windshield off. Now I'm going to take these 2 pieces off here. And these also, they just kind of plug in also. You can see there's just like a grommet there. so hard to tell how things go together sometimes unless, you know, unless you do a little research. Okay, so now I'm going to take this headlight assembly off, and I believe there's 5 bolts. So there's 1, there's 2, 3 is right here, 4 and 5. And why am I taking this all apart? I'm trying to figure out the starter button, but this little switch goes down underneath there, and I'm just trying to chase it right now. So I don't know if it's the switch or the maybe the relay, but we'll figure it out. Okay, up next, so I have these the 5 bolts that I just talked about, but what I have to do next is I have to take the gauge cluster out, so you can see these little spots here. Basically, you just take a screwdriver, push them in there. Hopefully, you don't break anything. Always hard with some of this plastic stuff. I'm going to set this down for a sec. It's really hard to work on stuff and then to film at the same time. Much easier. Okay, so there. Okay, so I just had to push on this a little bit, and then it comes right out. Hopefully. There it is. I need to unplug that, and then I'm going to take that, set this down again. Alright, so that wiring harness just goes in there just like here. Set this aside. Now this whole assembly should come off. Hopefully, you don't break anything. There she goes. I've never done this, so I'm kind of learning on this one. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it, but basically I had the headlight wiring plugs I had to unhook. I'm going to set this aside also. Accumulate a bunch of parts here. I really didn't want to tear into this much, but gotta solve the problem, so. Okay, so here's interesting. So this is labeled 2010 600 ETAC. So more than likely this has been replaced here. So okay, but now we can kind of get to that stuff, but you can kind of see you have a little more access to everything. So again, the wire I'm chasing is right here. Okay. Let you know how it goes. Okay, I'm going to dig a little further into this. So I'm going to take off this piece right here so I can look down in there a little better and follow the wiring harness. So it looks like there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already taken them off. And then this was a under the gas cap. So this will come right off here. I think. Alright. Okay, I think I got this thing out of here. So I took the screws off. Again, it screws in here and here. Yes, tank. Show you guys what's going on. So again, this is where it mounts. Here and here. Then if you turn it over, you can see there's a plug. That's for your tether. The gas tank goes through here, and there's a kind of a nut that goes on there, and then these pieces here tuck under the seat. Okay, so that's it for the first part of this video. So I got it all disassembled. Now I'm going to do some diagnostic work and try to figure out what's going on with the starter wiring. So hopefully if you like the video, please hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.